In the bustling heart of London, where modern skyscrapers pierce the sky and ancient streets hum with the whispers of history, a curious thing happens. Tourists and locals alike roam through some of the most iconic neighborhoods, casually crossing through the legendary landmarks of the city, the majestic Buckingham Palace, the monumental Tower of London, and the illuminated London Eye. These places are the symbols of London's long-standing stature, deeply tied to the city's heritage. Yet, unbeknownst to many, the very ground beneath their feet, the streets they walk, and the spaces they explore, are the foundations of something even grander. The real story of London's wealth, power, and grandeur lies beneath the surface, hidden in plain sight, held within the hands of an enigmatic family. The Grosvenors, whose legacy spans over 1,000 years, have been quietly shaping the skyline and social fabric of this city. They are the unseen hands that steer the direction of London's real estate and the architecture of society itself. From their possession of iconic properties like the American Embassy, the luxurious Beaumont Hotel, and the artistic Gagosian Gallery, to their ownership of 300 acres in the elite Belgravia district, the Grosvenors stand as titans in the city. Their holdings in Mayfair, a neighborhood long regarded as the epicenter of London's opulence, represent the power of old money in its most influential form. But how did this family, so intimately embedded in the history and prosperity of London, rise to such prominence? Let us trace their history, which stretches back nearly 1,000 years, as we uncover the journey of the Grosvenor family in their reign over Britain's most coveted real estate. The tale of the Grosvenors begins with their earliest known ancestor, Hugh Lupus, a trusted huntsman under William the Conqueror in the late 11th century. This resolute warrior, known affectionately as Fat Hugh, earned his place in history during the year 1066, in the aftermath of William's conquest. His staunch defense of Cheshire from Welsh invaders earned him the coveted lands that would later shape the destiny of the Grosvenor lineage. His rise was rooted in ambition and fierce determination, a legacy of resilience that continues to echo through the family's later generations. In a fascinating twist, Hugh Lupus's legacy extends beyond battles and lands. His family crest, a laughing dog, served as the inspiration for Lewis Carroll's famous Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland, bringing a whimsical yet profound layer to their story. But this was just the beginning. Fast forward several centuries, and we meet Sir Richard Grosvenor, the family's first baronet. Born in 1585, Sir Richard's role in shaping the family's fortune cannot be understated. His education at Oxford and his subsequent political involvement, serving as the High Sheriff of Cheshire, set the stage for his eventual knighthood by King James in 1617. To place this in historical context, Sir Richard lived in a time when Shakespeare wrote his plays and the King James Bible was beginning to take shape. His legacy continued through his son, Sir Richard Grosvenor II, the second baronet, who was known for his firm support of the monarchy during the turbulent years of the English Civil War. His bold actions during this conflict, particularly his efforts to reclaim control from Parliament forces, further cemented the Grosvenor family's deep connection to the Royalist cause. As the family's power grew, it was Sir Thomas Grosvenor, the third baronet, who embarked on one of their most important ventures. In the late 17th century, Sir Thomas began to invest in London real estate, purchasing a tract of land on the outskirts of the city. This land, initially a collection of marshy meadows and farmland, would later give birth to the prestigious neighborhoods of Mayfair and Belgravia, two of London's most sought-after districts with some of the world's most expensive properties to this day. But it was Sir Thomas's marriage to Mary Davies in 1677, whose dowry included 500 acres, that would lay the foundation for the creation of these neighborhoods. Through visionary development and remarkable foresight, the Grosvenor family began to transform London itself, carving out prestigious spaces that would shape the capital's image for centuries. By the mid-1800s, the Grosvenor family had become synonymous with wealth and power, largely due to Hugh Lupus, the first Duke of Westminster. His forward-thinking investments in Belgravia and Mayfair marked a new era in London real estate. The transforming landscape of the capital, driven by industrialization, presented immense opportunities, and the Duke capitalized on this surge in urban growth, shifting much of the city's aristocratic wealth to the developing areas. Beyond his contributions to real estate, the Duke of Westminster's social savvy earned him the favor of Queen Victoria, who solidified his status as a leading figure by granting him the coveted title of Duke of Westminster in 1874. This connection to the monarchy gave the Grosvenor family a direct line to power, and by the late 19th century, they had emerged as one of the country's most influential families. Their fortune was further cemented as they continued to develop residential properties in and around London, transforming formerly dilapidated areas into exclusive neighborhoods. Fast forward to the post-Villeroy era, when Gerald Cavendish Grosvenor, the 6th Duke of Westminster, took over the Grosvenor Group and propelled it into the global spotlight. Under his leadership, the Grosvenor Group extended its reach far beyond London. Properties were acquired and developed in key global cities such as Washington, D.C., and the Grosvenor Empire expanded its operations into food and agriculture technologies, shaping a new, diversified future for the family business. By the 1980s, Gerald Grosvenor was regarded as one of the wealthiest individuals in the United Kingdom. The Sunday Times Rich List of 1989 even ranked him as the second wealthiest person in Britain, with an eye-popping fortune that stood at £3.2 billion, a figure equivalent to £8.47 billion in today's terms. The transformation of the Grosvenor Group into a multifaceted empire marked a turning point, as the family adapted to the rapidly changing global landscape, expanding into a variety of sectors while retaining their command over London's property market. But the Grosvenor family's journey hasn't been without its controversies. In the late 2000s, scandal struck when Gerald Grosvenor was linked to the infamous Emperor's Club VIP, an escort ring tied to the downfall of New York Governor Eliot Spitzer. Media reports suggested that despite his vast wealth, Gerald was frugal to the point of bargaining over the cost of an illicit rendezvous. This damaging revelation sparked gossip and tarnished his public image, though it was later overshadowed by a subsequent scandal. In the 2010s, the Grosvenor family found themselves embroiled in the controversy surrounding the Paradise Papers. These leaked documents exposed their use of offshore tax havens, revealing a web of concealed financial transactions. While the family sought to justify these actions as part of efficient wealth management, the public backlash was swift, casting a shadow over their pristine reputation. Further troubling headlines emerged in 2019 when plans to redevelop Walden House in Belgravia ignited public outrage. The proposed demolition of a block of council homes, which would displace longtime residents, was met with fierce resistance. A petition gathered over 180,000 signatures, and Westminster City Council intervened, ultimately halting the eviction plans. Today, Hugh Grosvenor, the 7th Duke of Westminster, stands as the head of the family, overseeing a fortune valued at approximately $12.5 billion. Known for his low-key lifestyle, Hugh shies away from the spotlight, embodying the discretion and tact of old money. His connection to Prince William, who serves as godfather to Hugh's own son, Prince George, demonstrates the enduring ties between the Grosvenors and the royal family. Yet the legacy of the Grosvenors extends beyond just wealth and privilege. Lady Edwina Grosvenor, the sister of the current Duke, exemplifies the family's commitment to philanthropy, particularly in the realm of prison reform. As the founder of the charity One Small Thing, Lady Edwina has become an advocate for prisoners' rights and has helped change the way society addresses rehabilitation. The Grosvenor family, ever evolving yet firmly rooted in tradition, continues to dominate British real estate, owning key properties in London and major international cities. Their empire represents not just the preservation of wealth, but a power that has transcended centuries. The story of the Grosvenors is one of ambition, adaptation, and an unwavering commitment to shaping the future of society, building, nurturing, and, in the process, quietly controlling the landscape of London itself. What do you think about the incredible legacy of the family that owns most of London? Share your thoughts in the comments below.